I never thought helping my elderly parents would land me in prison. But that's exactly what happened. And if you're managing your parents' finances right now, you could be next. Let me be crystal clear about something. I had the best intentions. My parents needed help. I stepped in. And the legal system destroyed my life because of it. This isn't some far-fetched story. This happens to thousands of adult children every single year. Good people. Loving children. People just like you. My parents were in their late 70s when things started going downhill. Dad had early dementia. Mom couldn't manage the bills anymore. I'm their only child, so naturally, I took over. I thought I was doing the right thing. I moved money between their accounts. I paid their bills from their checking account. I even sold some of their stocks to cover medical expenses. Everything seemed fine until my cousin reported me to Adult Protective Services. She claimed I was stealing from my parents. Can you believe that? Here's where it gets really bad. The investigation started. Bank records were seized. Suddenly, every transaction I made looked suspicious to investigators who didn't know the full story. They saw large transfers. They saw account withdrawals. They saw property sales. But they didn't see the context. They didn't see the medical bills. They didn't see my parents asking me for help. The prosecutor charged me with elder financial abuse. The penalty? Up to 4 years in prison and massive fines. My entire life fell apart overnight. Now let me tell you what I did wrong. Not morally wrong, but legally wrong. I never got proper documentation. I had no power of attorney. I had no written authorization. I had nothing but my parents' verbal consent. In the eyes of the law, that meant nothing. Verbal agreements don't protect you when someone accuses you of financial exploitation. Even if your parents have dementia and can't testify on your behalf. I spent 2 years fighting these charges. 2 years of legal fees. 2 years of stress. 2 years watching my reputation crumble. All because I tried to help my parents. The prosecution argued I had undue influence over my parents. They said I manipulated them into giving me access to their money. They painted me as a predator, not a caregiver. My lawyer explained something crucial during the trial. Elder financial abuse laws are designed to be broad. They're meant to catch real criminals. But they also catch well-meaning family members who make procedural mistakes. The court didn't care about my intentions. They cared about the letter of the law. And technically, I had violated several statutes by managing my parents' assets without proper legal authority. I eventually took a plea deal. 6 months in county jail. 3 years probation. A permanent criminal record. All for helping my parents pay their bills. Prison was hell. But you know what was worse? Knowing I could have avoided all of this with simple legal paperwork. A power of attorney would have protected me completely. Let me break down the specific mistakes I made. First, I added my name to their bank accounts without consulting an attorney. That created joint ownership, which prosecutors interpreted as me stealing their money. Second, I sold their rental property to pay for in-home care. Without proper documentation, this looked like I was liquidating their assets for personal gain. Even though every penny went to their care. Third, I made large cash withdrawals to pay caregivers who only accepted cash. No receipts. No paper trail. Just my word against the prosecution's theory that I pocketed the money. Fourth, I transferred money from their savings to checking to cover expenses. Prosecutors called this commingling of funds. They said I was hiding financial abuse by moving money around. Fifth, I paid some of their bills from my own account and reimbursed myself later. This created a pattern that looked like I was siphoning money from their accounts into mine. Every single one of these actions would have been completely legal with proper documentation. A power of attorney. A written care agreement. Detailed financial records. Receipts for every transaction. But I didn't have any of that. I just had good intentions and a desire to help my aging parents. And that wasn't enough. Here's what you need to understand about elder financial abuse laws. They vary by state, but they all share common elements. Unauthorized access to an elderly person's assets is a crime. Period. It doesn't matter if you're family. It doesn't matter if your parents asked you to help. Without legal authorization, you're breaking the law every time you touch their money. The penalties are severe because elder financial abuse is a massive problem. Seniors lose billions of dollars every year to financial exploitation. Most of it comes from family members, not strangers. So lawmakers created tough laws to stop this. The problem is, these laws don't distinguish between criminals and caring children. They just see unauthorized financial transactions. Prosecutors love these cases because they're easy to prove. They don't need to show criminal intent. They just need to show you accessed money without proper authority. That's enough for a conviction. Defending yourself is incredibly expensive. My legal fees topped $60,000. And I still ended up with a criminal record because fighting it would have cost even more. The emotional toll was even worse. My parents were confused. They didn't understand why I was being arrested for helping them. My dad's dementia meant he couldn't even testify about asking me to manage their finances. My mom tried to explain to investigators that she wanted my help. But they dismissed her statements as evidence of my undue influence over her. I couldn't win no matter what. The system assumes elderly people can't make their own decisions. If they give you access to their money, prosecutors argue you manipulated them. If they defend you, they claim you're controlling them. This creates an impossible situation for adult children trying to help their parents. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Help without paperwork and risk prison. Don't help and watch your parents struggle. So what should you do if your parents need financial help? First, get a power of attorney immediately. This legal document authorizes you to manage their finances. It protects both you and them. Second, keep meticulous records. Every transaction. Every bill paid. Every withdrawal. Document everything with receipts, invoices, and written notes explaining the purpose. Third, never commingle funds. Don't add your name to their accounts. Don't pay their bills from your account. Keep their finances completely separate from yours. Fourth, consider a professional fiduciary if the estate is large. Yes, they charge fees. But they also provide legal protection and professional documentation that courts respect. Fifth, get everything in writing. If your parents ask you to sell property or make large withdrawals, have them sign a written request. Keep copies of everything. Sixth, consult an elder law attorney before making any major financial decisions. They can guide you through the legal requirements and help you avoid the mistakes I made. Seventh, be transparent with other family members. My cousin reported me partly because she didn't know what was happening with my parents' money. Communication could have prevented this. Eighth, never assume verbal consent is enough. It's not. Courts require written authorization for financial transactions involving elderly people. Always. The sad reality is that elder financial abuse laws are necessary. Real abuse happens constantly. But the laws are so broad that they catch innocent people too. I'm not alone in this. Support groups exist for adult children prosecuted for helping their parents. Thousands of people share similar stories. Good intentions, no documentation. Criminal charges. Some people ask why I didn't just refuse to help my parents. Let them struggle until they got proper legal documents in place. But when your parent is crying because they can't pay their electric bill, you don't think about legal technicalities. You just help. And that's exactly what gets you in trouble. The law doesn't care about emergency situations or compassionate responses. It only cares about proper authorization. My criminal record has destroyed my career. I worked in finance before this happened. Now I can't get bonded. I can't work in any position involving money. My entire professional life is over. The irony is brutal. I helped my parents manage their money, and now I can't manage anyone's money professionally. The punishment extends far beyond the jail time. My parents have both passed away now. They never understood why I went to prison. They thought they had asked me to help. They didn't realize that verbal requests aren't legally sufficient. If I could go back, I would have stopped everything the moment they asked for help. I would have taken them to an attorney. I would have gotten power of attorney before touching a single dollar. But I can't go back. I can only warn others. If your parents need financial help, protect yourself first. It sounds cold. It sounds selfish. But it's the only way to avoid what happened to me. The legal system will not give you credit for good intentions. It will not care that you are trying to help. It will only see unauthorized financial transactions. And that's enough to convict you. Don't let compassion for your parents destroy your life. Get proper legal authorization before helping with their finances. It's not optional. It's mandatory if you want to stay out of prison. I lost 2 years of my life to this nightmare. I lost my career. I lost my reputation. I lost everything because I tried to help my parents without proper documentation. Learn from my mistake. Protect yourself. Get a power of attorney. Keep detailed records. Follow the law exactly. Because one accusation from one family member can destroy everything you've built. This is the reality of elder financial abuse laws. They're designed to protect seniors. But they also destroy well-meaning children who make procedural mistakes. Don't become another statistic like me.